All right, we've got the captain here.
Yeah.
John Smoltz, Captain Hall of Famer John Smoltz.
Captain America.
How about
Captain
that?
America.
Actually, Captain Baseball, I guess
Yeah,
you could call
That's
it.
right.
baseball.
You know, there's a lot of pressure on
The
you,
number
right?
one
There's a
seed.
ton of pressure.
Yeah.
And I knew it taking the role and then putting together this we got a lot of personalities on this team,
Mm-hmm.
but we got a lot of good golfers too. But yeah, there's a lot of smack talk. I've set the groundwork that we are the team to beat. I didn't mind saying that. And I know what comes with that. It's a lot of pressure. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a fun event. Look, we get a chance to play a lot of different golf, but this is unlike anything we've ever done. And this is the start of something pretty special, and the guys are pretty jacked up about it.
Are you, first of all, today's scramble, right? So
Yeah.
scramble means you and your partner
Right.
both hit shots, and then you pick one, and then
Yeah.
you get to go. But why did you pick Millar? Did you get stuck with Millar? Or as team captain, did you say, I will take the heaviest burden on the first day and carry him to a
So
victory?
we as captain, I balanced my teams for strengths and weaknesses, right? And for one thing, I learned a lesson 2 years ago by not picking Millar on my Ryder Cup team over in Cabo. It came back to haunt me. He had a chip on his shoulder, and he delivered.
Wow.
So it taught me a lot about Kevin, who we all love and know. So I took Kevin knowing that he has a lot to prove, and he's made for this. So now, and granted, when I did pick him for Cabo, he was coming off a knee surgery. He couldn't look any worse. So he healed up really well, and he had a lot to prove. So that's why Kevin and I are partners today.
That's really good. Have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, you get invited to every golf tournament on the planet.
No, this has been something I've been dreaming about. You know, when you're a pitcher, it's the
See,
life.
what is it with you and
It's the
pitchers?
life. It's the life, right? So you pitch one time a week, and then you have a lot of things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I always thought about competition, tournaments, putting together things, and I've been trying to pitch this for a long time, and it's finally come. This has been way above anybody's dreams. When I tried to explain it to everybody, and especially my team, it's impossible till you show up. And once they showed up and they saw, they were like, "Wow, thanks, Smoltz. This really is going to be the start of something that's going to last a long time."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is first class.
My invitation for team must have got lost in the email.
Well, it's coming.
I don't know if it was in my
Yeah.
spam
No,
folder.
it's coming. Like,
I don't
there's
know
a
what
process
happened.
to this.
He's trying
As
to
you build
create
it
a
out,
chip on your shoulder, too.
Okay.
as you build it out, there's a process to all of this, and I may have to change my number after this tournament because I've been getting a ton of calls, on how do I get on the team next year. But we're going to have all this laid out after this tournament of what's the future looks like and how to quantify, people being able to play.
I mean, my thing is you have Clifford, I'm looking at the team baseball right now. It's on football, but I'm looking at team baseball, right?
Yeah. We got some bombers.
You, Clifford, Donaldson apparently is playing unbelievable.
Yes.
Mulder's really good. Loesch is really good.
Yes.
D'Lo, has won. I'm like, I could maybe slide in as the 10th best player on this team.
Well, there's a lot of things that go into, again, how this thing gets laid out, and it's just one of many. Just put it that way.
Yes,
Yes.
there will be many more.
Yes.
I got to get a couple quick baseball questions in. So, Juan Soto contract reaction?
You know how the bobbleheads go like this? I'm still going like this. I am. I'll be honest. I kind of knew he would go to New York. I felt like he was going to go to the Mets the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like that owner and his pocketbooks. Wow. 15 years. That is something I never thought we'd ever see or I'd ever see. But it's kind of the new flavor for the 1%ers. It's a 1% obviously contract or less. And I think when you think about a player like that, and this is not a slight at all he's one of the greatest offensive players I think generationally could play in any generation of baseball. But when you think about Ohtani and what he can do and the justification of that contract, you kind of understand. You're like, that dude is going to impact the club in like a lot of ways.
Different age, though.
Much different age. But for that contract and for the Mets, I start thinking, I don't know where everywhere else goes, I start thinking about the last 5 years, and maybe they don't care about the last 5 years. Because if he can maintain the offensive greatness that changes the lineup for the next 7 years, then maybe they think that contract's going to be a grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think wherever you put Soto, single-handedly makes the lineup better. But Is he going to base run? Is he going to defend? You know, all these things that, you know, come along. That's going to be the interesting thing for the Mets. And let's not forget, he definitely was in a prime stadium to enhance the greatness of Soto. It's now a different stadium, and the power numbers probably go down. So, I still shake my head. It's an amazing contract.
Good for him, though.
Absolutely good for him. He has worked hard, and he has gotten to this point. And now the Mets they were relevant last year. They become even more of a relevancy to, I don't know what else they can do based on that contract, but they may have done enough.
Mm-hmm. Let's say it was reversed. Let's say Juan signed last year. What do you think Ohtani would have gotten this year? Like, you talk about dreaming of a golf tournament and competition. If the roles are reversed and now we see what Juan could get, I mean, are we talking 850 for Shohei? Because his value is so high.
I think Ohtani is a special human being that has taken deals that maybe somebody else wouldn't have taken. The strategy behind it, the construction of it. I think Ohtani is a special player that wanted to be in the place that he's in to win a championship and to get not the attention, but when you're kind of in the Angels and nobody really kind of knows that, be honest, they weren't having really good years. I think he saw something not only on the field but off the field. He's probably going to make as much, if not more. The Dodgers got very creative. I was blown away by that contract, but I think we're always sitting here going, okay, that's the ceiling, and it just hasn't been true. The ceiling keeps getting broken. I was actually more surprised by how many teams were in play for Soto than I guess maybe the contract, but. What the Dodgers have done and what the Mets are hoping to do, they're not hoping to win one championship with a Soto. They want to win multiple championships, and this owner is showing he's willing to do whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm. And if they do, it's a win. I got one more. So the Braves lose Max Fried. Your thoughts on the Yankees picking him up? I mean, you've seen him plenty.
I thought that's the best thing the Yankees could have done. I think when you lose and you've got that – oh my gosh feeling. The Yankee fans are like, we didn't sign Soto. Now what? Well, now I think they're going to be able to do multiple things. And Max Fried, now their rotation. You're starting to see these teams put together now. Can they be healthy?
Yes.
Is the other question. But Max Fried now he's an elite pitcher. And to pitch in Yankee Stadium with that staff now, it's kind of in a different way. Instead of the Yankees always trying to outscore everybody, I think they're going to prevent people. And they're going to have to clean up defensively, no doubt. They got to get fundamentally better. And I think that's going to be – I would believe that's the number one thing in spring training. But I think they're going to pitch as good as anybody in that division. You think about the Rays, if they stay healthy, their pitching staff's fantastic. Mm-hmm. There's some question marks in the rest of the division about pitching. I think the Red Sox got better in their pitching. I think now they're shifting into we'll run prevent in an offensive stadium that really we've just always felt like we could – outscore everybody because of Thunder and the at-bat. So I think it's brilliant. I think he will stay healthy. That's been the question mark for him over with Atlanta. I'm a believer sometimes when you get that contract as a pitcher, you're free to pitch a little bit discomfort, to do things, whereas before you're more, I know the word is like stay healthy so you can get paid, and maybe that frees it up for a lot of pitchers if they get their contract.
Right, take that extra inning that you wouldn't usually do, all that. Okay, that's cool. Well, all right, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Represent.
Dude, you better win.
I know.
That's almost,
I know.
We got Roenick sitting over here. He's team Canada captain over here. Okay, so
now I here's the thing before I go, and JR and I have competed a ton, and I have the utmost respect for him. I don't know if his hockey team knows what day it is.
It's a good point.
And that could be a good thing.
That's a good point.
But I don't know. I don't know if they know what day it is. So.
Depends on why. He said they play golf well every day.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.